Live from the middle of the ocean, from Atlanta, Georgia, from Mississippi to the world. This is the Morning Run. Let's go. We got your favorite cousin, Dukes of Scoop, in the building. I'm your first cousin, Big Dog Chico. We got everybody's Uncle Neely right there in the mix. Our early morning.
That's how I welcome Chico in, dude. Just set something up, you know. Chico
Yeah.
be false flagging on every episode, so I just try to make
false
it really hard.
flagging. False flagging. I got a story about false flagging, but we'll get into that after we talk about.
We already.
I ain't hear that in a while. False flag is 1636? But I digress. We will talk about some college basketball, some upsets, some big time rivalries.
Making a note.
Please make a note.
False flagging story. We're gonna get that one.
Oh man. Bless it hard.
Juju Watkins, Don Staley in South Carolina, 71 game home win or winning streak is down. We're gonna talk about that, but let's get into the All-Star game in the format. What do you guys think? Draymond Green's comments. Also, is LeBron James selfish for sitting out the game and not letting the commissioner know early enough to get a replacement in? Because there's some guys that's probably deserving of that spot. Let's get right into that. Draymond Green's comments. What do y'all think?
Go ahead.
Oh, you want me? All right.
Yeah.
Hey man, Draymond gonna Draymond. Just when you think, Draymond's a lot like Chico. Now to think about it, it's gonna come out. Like just when you think they can save that story to off air, it's gonna come out. I was so proud of Draymond when they asked him about Jimmy Butler joining the team and being another alpha, quote unquote, alpha male in the locker room. In as much as Draymond did a lot to talk about Draymond in that situation, he did say, look, you know, I'm going to follow Jimmy Butler. I'm going to follow Steph. And he, what's that? We good?
Yeah, we good. We good.
Okay. And he went out of his way, you know, to say, I'm third on this team. I'm following those guys. And I thought that was very magnanimous of him. Then you get to the end of the game when they're talking about the All-Star format, he's going to give it a 0. And the problems I got with that 0, Dukes of Scoop, is Draymond. You and your brotherhood, this generation of NBA players, are the reason the format got to keep changing. Y'all the ones gonna be playing hard. So he throws these jabs, you know, to suggest that, hey man, this is crap. I don't like this. But you're part of the reason it had to switch because of lack of hustle, lack of effort, lack of defense, lack of intensity, lack of wanting to be there. It was just odd to me, man. I thought the format, you know, was something on paper. I was like, man, what the hell is this? But when I saw it executed, I think it did create some extra energy. I think it did create some extra bounce. Probably need to take the game to 50 or 60 because these guys with a three-point line can score so easy. Something we talked about, Dukes, when we were picking who was going to win. When you got a team full of shooters and you're going to 40, it ain't nothing to hit a couple threes and already be there. So does it need some tweaking? Yeah, but overall, I got to disagree with Draymond. I don't give him no 0 at all.
Yeah, I mean, to your point, Draymond, that like this generation, I saw a clip of an All-Star game where Orlando Blackman hits the free throws at the end, and that game was so hotly contested, right? Where literally he got fouled by 3 people to be stopped from winning the game. Bro, they bet like, you know, and it wasn't like a foul like, oh, I'm playing lazy defense. It was a foul like, bro, we don't want to lose. And there wasn't no money on the line. It wasn't like all of this other stuff that it's gonna take. But what it like, so Draymond, who's an influential player, you will want to, instead of just saying it's a 0, why wouldn't you go play defense in the All-Star game when you made it? You know what I mean? Or get your guys around you to say, hey, man, we're going to take this serious. And if they don't play serious, I don't care if we cool or not. We're going to beat them 200 or nothing. We're going to make somebody play defense. Like, let's think about this. Let's say we playing a friendly game of basketball. And you know, just like at family reunion, and then you get one of the uncle or one of the cousins that starts playing defense too hard, then what they do? Oh, he want to play for real. All right. You'll take the shirt off or take the jacket off or change the shoes or whatever it takes. There's something that has to be done in order for this game to be competitive. I think that they're on the right track by trying to be innovative and trying to do something different. I think the only thing that I didn't like was the layover between if a team won, they had to go wait 45 minutes and get back ready to play again. I think that's the only thing I didn't like. If you could find a way to incorporate more, and the only thing that made the All-Star game bad is that the players in it didn't want to do it. That's it, 1,000%. So, and if guys are taking load management during the season, what you think they're gonna do with the All-Star game? So I think it starts at the top. You know, potentially, it's an opportunity for fans to see the best of the best play together. Why would you want to rob them of your best? Maybe we get something where if people are worried about injuries, maybe it's a thing where you can do like what Coach Prime did, where you had Travis and Shedeur go play in that bowl game and say, we're going to get you a very lucrative insurance package. Maybe we do some rev share to where if you guys play hard and the ratings go up, then, you know, you'll be able to benefit financially. But I think I would give it a 6. It's just because I grew up when the All-Star game meant something. And I think that for like kids like my son, you know, he's 11, he hasn't experienced any of that. So now that he's finally paying attention, it's just like this is all he knows. So if this is the baseline, then you got somewhere good to go. So I'll give it a 6 for effort. Hopefully they can tweak some things and make it better.
Yeah, you said some things there, Dukes, that really got my mind to turning, particularly when you mentioned your son there at the end. You know, this All-Star weekend, since its inception, is about celebration and entertainment. You know, celebrating those players who are above and beyond the upper echelon in the league, and also entertaining the fans in a different kind of format. I think everything needs to be on the table to make changes with this thing. I think this was a step in the right direction. I mean, think about the NFL All-Star game. Hell, it takes place when the season is over. You know, it takes place leading up to the championship, which is the Super Bowl, and all the players participate in the All-Star game that weekend. They're going through some changes. I just think whereas the All-Star game that you, I, and Chico remember would love to have that back, I don't think that's a reality. I don't think it's coming back. Because even if you paid the winning team $1 million a player, some of those guys are making $3 million a game, like in the regular season. And so I don't know what kind of incentive you can attach to it other than TV money, which I think what you're saying is a great idea as well, if we have to financially incentivize hustle. But I also think we have to be keenly aware, and this is where I'm being fair and balanced to the NBA and Steph Curry and what they tried to cook up, no pun intended. What people see as entertainment also changes. It was very entertaining for me to see a Pro Bowl safety knock the hell out of a punter. You know, that might not entertain people in 2026, 2030, 2045. You know, scoring does, points does, being able to interact with your heroes does. I can see the All-Star weekend, you know, becoming something more toward that before it goes back to just the uber competitive game we wanted. Because these guys in this generation, so much money is so front loaded, which is what the old players fought for. You know, the Players Association fought for this kind of compensation. There's a equal and opposite reaction to that compensation, meaning, hey man, this is my week off. What the hell I want to run up and down the floor for?
Man,
so let me ask y'all a question, like what Big Perk said. Basically, the problem was right that the players didn't play hard. Is that correct?
That's what I think.
That's what people are saying. Yes.
Okay. Did the players seem to play hard last night, or way harder than they normally would play?
It was improved.
Well, hell, what are we talking about then? That means the format worked. It did work. It is working. You know, if that was the case, if they wanted to make the players play harder to entertain the fans more, I think that's what they did with this format, because you had the world players playing against the USA players. You saw how Wemby, after the game was over with, they had a shot that went viral of him basically disgusted after the last point was scored. He wanted to win. So I think that pride is there. I think the games was and will be and continue to get competitive if they pick teams like that with some type of theme, OGs, young guys, world team playing against each other. I didn't mind seeing the rising stars in there. Like Draymond said, he didn't want to see that. I didn't mind that because it's going to make the other guys play harder because you got the younger guys. They don't want to lose to those guys right there. Yeah. So at the end of the day, if they play harder, that was the goal. I think the pride is going to eventually come. But here's the thing. All of that extra stuff with Kevin Hart and all the other things, we didn't need that, dog. And I think it goes back to what Duke said, 45-minute wait and stuff. All of that extra antics and, you know, I don't think we needed that.
You mentioned it. Let me stab this thing with two different knives. First knife is what you said about the format working. You know, I led off saying I believe it's working because it was an improvement. You saw intensity, you saw effort, you saw not wanting to lose. You even see Kevin Durant arguing with a ref about a call he didn't get. All that stuff is what you didn't see. Now, let me also say this. When the All-Star games were 92 to 88, I liked them. When the All-Star games were 150 to 149, I didn't have a problem with it. You know, so I wasn't against the run up and down the court, running and gunning, because hell, it's entertainment and we there to celebrate and be entertained. Having said that, if you are going to switch up the format, this looks like even after 1 year is trending in the right direction. But what I absolutely hated was that break between games. Hell, me and Chico were able to do Uncle Chico live. It was taking so damn long while the All-Stars playing. And what that does to the athletes, that's increasing the chance of injury because your body get cold, you're not stretched, you're not warm, you're not ready to play. If you're going to have that kind of distance between games and have a tournament format, start All-Star weekend on Thursday. Let like the skills challenge be Thursday, the dunk stuff be Friday, and then the first round of the tournament be Saturday and the finals be Sunday. And let me tell y'all this, and y'all can get mad. Chico, you might not want to be on screen with me because I know you try to hide when the bullets come flying.
Oh, Lord.
I ain't never laughed at a damn thing Kevin Hart has said.
Damn, dog. I'm put you on screen by yourself.
Yeah, put me on screen by myself.
Pew, pew, Kevin Hart, he's shooting at you. Pew, pew, pew.
If he wasn't short, he wouldn't have a career. Like it's all based off self-deprecating humor, you know, and like to stop the game 45 minutes for his takes. Like, come on, dog.
Yeah, and then it was some times where he didn't even know what to say or what was going on, and then he was doing something that kind of, to me, degraded the game by saying, "Don't shoot another three. We got all these big men shooting 3-pointers." That's what the game is nowadays. That's going to happen.
During a live portion of the pregame, they got Tyler Hero there, who had just won a 3-point contest. Kenny Smith asked him something. Tyler Hero gave like a dry answer. Kevin Hart gonna stop the production, go like, but we don't need to have him on camera no more. Like he ain't ready for the camera. Like,
exactly.
Dude, this the damn face of the NBA for this weekend. He just won a 3-point contest. What are you doing?
He's clearly not ready. He's clearly not understand how to speak. And yeah, I was like, damn. He doing some Uncle Chico right there, ain't he?
He with the shit.
Come on now, dog.
So I think in other words, I think you can save a lot of time between these games removing that nonsense. It doesn't add any value to the game. It doesn't solve the problem. No one said, hey, I don't like the All-Star game because we ain't got enough comedians participate. They say, hey, I don't like it because of the game itself. Adding in stuff like that, Adam Silver, doesn't solve the problem. You're making a new problem.
I would have rather see the game just go back to back like you would see on the basketball court. Like, you know, you might see a little bit of guys come in and warming up, but other than 2-3 minutes, the game started. Next one up. That's how it should have been. And they could have been on the sideline watching, you know, instead of somewhere getting cold. That's what I feel.
Let me tell you what would be better than that break in between. I'm stealing off your idea you just said, Barney from the playground, Dukes.
Mm-hmm.
Winning teams stay out there, right?
Winning teams stay out there. That's cold-blooded.
When you got next and you ain't got enough, you can pick you a couple off the loser team. I would rather them do that and just keep going back to back to back to back until we done play 5 or 6 games and that's the winner. Then this damn, okay, now it's time for some Kevin Hart skits.
I mean, they just turned I mean, you ever see when people go too hard to try to connect with the youth and it's not genuine? Mm-hmm. Like you see people like maybe go to a school or something, and then they just go in and use a whole bunch of hip phrases when they start out their speech or whatever they're talking about. And then soon after that, you lose the kids anyway. So the message is gone, right? That's what it seemed like. They just went and got every influencer they could. And it was like, all right, it's going to be TikTok. Like, Mr. Beast got so much airtime, and shout out to Mr. Beast, but man, dog, like, this is the NBA, man. Like, we want to see the best of the best of a product that's been flailing lately. Yeah. I haven't been interested in the NBA, just to be honest. The most interested I've been is to see LeBron and Luka. I almost think that call might have came from up top. That's how I feel. Like, hey, this he need to go there. Like, you know, that's how it feels, because there isn't any there hasn't been a lot of regular season excitement. I don't know. I don't know how to fix it, to be honest.
Dukes, you onto something what I know was going to be Chico's second question, because he had asked it at the beginning about LeBron's last minute, I'm not going to play. Yeah. I wouldn't even doubt if that didn't come from the top. Not the not play part, but the, hey, man, don't announce it. People got tickets and airline, like, we don't need no changes. Just show up for me. Because I don't want to replace you with nobody. I can see that totally coming from the top, and it would make sense. This is the icon of the league, and if you would announce 2 weeks ago he ain't gonna play, you damn right it would have a ripple effect. Now, having said that, since he did show up, I'm gonna be like Big Perk. Come on, Bron, put your damn uniform on, man.
Wear your uniform.
Yeah. Bron came out like he was headed to Costco.
Like he was about to go to what y'all talked about the other night, Duke's Club Prime.
Yeah.
He's about to go to Prime, dog.
Yeah.
He's about to go to ATL. He's about to step out. Damn, I got a LeBron story too. I actually saw LeBron in the club one time. I mean, like a dinosaur. Write that down, Unc. LeBron in the Miami Heat in the club.
Oh, it's writ. It's writ.
It's not even written. It is written. It wrote down. It jotted down.
False flagging story, LeBron story. I'd be damned if you get out of here today without us hearing one of them.
We gotta save it over. Maybe I'll do one. I'll do one today, and then do the others later on. But let's get into where we look at Dukes.
He digging, Dukes. He digging.
Hopefully those stories won't be, shovel worthy right there. Shout out to Wembanyama. And somebody said in the chat it should be USA versus the world. I think that's basically kind of like what Chuck set it up to be.
Yeah, that's gonna happen. That's gonna happen.
Yeah. Well, USA versus world is basically Olympic Games, right?
Yeah, but here's the thing, and I'm gonna be off a couple of numbers in this, y'all. So don't hold me to the exact science of it. You're looking at when the first Dream Team went and played, there was only about 10 people in the NBA from foreign countries. Mm-hmm. When the most recent Dream Team played, it's like 40 people in the NBA from foreign countries. Mm-hmm. You literally have enough right now, parity-wise, international, that you can field an international all-star team for the NBA versus a national all-star team for the NBA. And that could be one of the games or the main game. 20 years ago, you couldn't have done that. Now you can, and the skill set is there where it would be a competitive game. And so,
you know what?
That's going to happen.
And they would have pride to play. They won't want to lose.
Let's go, Luke. So Luka at the point for the international team. Who the best international point right now?
Shai Gilgeous, SGA.
Yeah, it's SGA.
SGA at the 1. Where you going at the 2?
I will have to pull up the list, but where I'm going at the 2, gosh.
Can you go Luke at the 2?
You go Luke at the 2. There you go.
Boom. You can go Jamal Murray.
You go. He's Canadian too, right? But I would go Luke at the 2.
All right, Luke at the 2. 3.
I would go. You can go Giannis, Wembanyama. You can go a lot of people.
You got Giannis.
Let's go Wemby at the 3.
You got Wemby. Yep.
Wemby at the 3. Giannis
we
at the
5
4.
names right there, right now starting.
Yeah. So imagine this: if they says, you know what, we're gonna be on the team, it's gonna be who you said at the point? SGA. Luka, Wemby, Giannis, and Big Boy Joker.
Yep.
That 5, bruh. You wouldn't pay. I would want to see them play the national team. I would tune in to see that. That's like the Olympics. It's like an all-star Olympic game, something that we'll never see again. I think if that could fix it. And if they set out to say, we're gonna bust y'all, we're gonna beat y'all, I think it will make the American players, the national team, want to play harder. I think that's how if I would have any vote on fixing it, that's how I would fix it.
Yeah, I think it's about that time now. I think they kind of did that with Team Chuck right here, but at the same time, it was like unofficial. It's still heavily favored to American players. I think it's still what most of the Kenny guys and Shaq guys are American players. So you will have to have an influx of a few more world players, I think, to kind of even that out.
Can you get a 5 better than that 5 we just named from the national players?
Luka, SGA, Giannis, Jokic, and who's the other guy? You said, and Wemby. That's a squad, boy.
Yeah, and you can round out some bench players with guys who just have international ties or international players themselves. Hell, we got we ain't mentioned Bo. We get Bo
out that thing. My boy Bo. That's Shaq. I've been telling you guys, Bo is my guy.
Shaq introduced himself as Bo's manager.
Bo's manager.
Hey,
I'm Bo. Are you not entertained?
I don't know if you saw when Wemby had dunked it from about 4 or 5 feet out, and he was like, Bo can't do that. He finally said it. Like, Bo can't do that.
Man, y'all better stop underrating my dog Bo. Bo is gonna have a chance.
I don't. Why did Bo game not translate the way it should have?
I think I said this earlier, and that's why we had the video. Bo is like Travis Hunter, because I think the right coaches haven't given him the chance or the opportunity to go out there and just do his thing. How's he like Travis Hunter?
Yeah.
Because I don't think Travis Hunter, without being with Coach Prime, who understood how to utilize him and maximize his abilities and wasn't afraid to keep him on the field for those snaps, wasn't on a pitch count. You know what I'm saying? He understood what it took to do the things that Travis Hunter did this year. And that's why he wasn't, his growth wasn't stunted because of that, because he had the Coach Prime as the coach. Had he had somebody else at the coach, I guarantee you they would have been, he can only play 45 snaps here and 30 snaps there. That's what I'm saying. So there's a coach in the NBA is going to understand that Bo just needs to get out there and play in this role, in this position, maybe the 6th man, and he's the main scorer. Maybe he gets with a guy like LeBron and it works out. That's what I'm saying. He got to get in the right position with the right coach and he'll flourish, in my opinion.
I like that.
I get that analogy from a coach having to have the acumen to know what he has and how to use it. I understand that. I grew up, man, I ain't have a damn hammer. You can just turn the screwdriver around and use the hammer to nail something in. It wasn't effective, but you got the job done. But when you know what you're doing, you have the right tools, you can use the right tools for the right job. Because without Deion Sanders as his head coach and allowing Travis to be Travis both sides of the ball, Travis doesn't win the Heisman this year because he would just been a receiver or a DB somewhere else. But Prime knew how to coach him and let him be who he is. And what you're saying is that's Bo's problem, is that the people coaching him don't know how to let him flourish and be who he is.
Wow. That's my deacon right there. My deacon for over 37 years. Deacon Reverend Neely. We appreciate you.
That's right. That's what Prime called me. He called me Deacon Neely.
Deacon Neely, man. Deacon Neely of the Church of the West Baptist AME, first and third Sundays only.
I don't know what we're gonna do with them, bro.
Well, crazy, man.
Yeah,
crazy.
That's hell.
All right, we got the head of the usher board. Philip Dukes is going to step up and talk about some college basketball. Your guys at Auburn.
You made me an usher, bro.
You the head of the usher board, man. Not just the usher. You the head.
He got the white gloves on, huh? With one hand behind his back.
He directed people. No,
yeah. What? Yeah, I go with
like they're speaking
Yeah.
without talking.
I go with it, man.
Real BJ Nelson said, "I told y'all Chico old ass man." Shout out to Real BJ Nelson, man. That's my dog.
Yeah, man.
Man, shout out to my pastor.
Dukes.
Yeah.
Let's talk about some Auburn basketball, man. I know you got to transition.
I see that Auburn helmet behind you.
Yeah.
Just like we talked about on You Tell Me, SEC got some powerful basketball going on, man. Auburn #1, Alabama #2. Auburn took out Alabama this weekend.
Yeah,
85 in Tuscaloosa.
Yeah, they call it the IBOB, Iron Bowl of basketball. Big time matchup. You saw two, and like we always say, one of the most cliche things to talk about in previewing games is styles make fights, right? Well, our Alabama, as most people know, they don't shoot the mid range. They shoot threes and play defense. They run and shoot threes. And for Auburn to have a team where their best player is a traditional interior player in a lot of ways. One of the few guys that you see that can walk it in from the 3-point line and back you down. And Janai Broome, who may be the best, who probably wins the Naismith this year. I just think that Auburn did what they've been doing all year, which was they get timely baskets from an explosive point guard. And when they need a real basket, a turn you, burn the clock type deal, they've got what you call a 4-minute offense in football, where it's like, you know what, we're going to milk the clock. We up 10. We're going to make sure we don't lose this game. Alabama, however, has such a quick strike offense, right, where they'll literally they scored 10 in a row in less than 30 seconds, 10 points. They were down 14 with 6 minutes left. They come back and they're down what? I think they were down 4 with under 4 minutes left. Like, they went crazy. So I think a really statement victory from Auburn. But here's the gotcha. You got to run it back next week. The second match in the Iron Bowl of basketball will be in the Jungle, Auburn's home arena, Neville Arena in Auburn. I think Auburn's going to be favored in that one. I think Alabama have a chip on their shoulder, but I think right now with another quadrant 1 win, I think Auburn, they would have to literally lose maybe 5 out of the next however many is left to not be the #1 overall seed.
Yeah, and you probably want to add another matchup to that. When you say they're going to see them again next week in Auburn, probably going to see them after that again in the SEC tournament as well. And so this budding basketball rivalry ain't going nowhere. And a lot of these teams, man, even with the loss, are still going to be high seeds in March Madness because they have been that dominant this season that you're going to have some cannibalization where they take each other out. Kind of what happened in the Big 12 of football getting toward the end. Everybody was in the top 20 till they start playing each other. And when you play each other, hell, somebody got to lose. But as high as the Alabamas and the Auburns are, and even the Tennessees are, a loss along their road is not going to damage their seeding too bad. They're just looking upside down with no shot. So I can't wait to see them do it again, man, this time in Auburn's house.
Yeah, for sure. I think it's gonna be fun. And where Alabama really scares you is, man, the way they shoot the ball. They had Aiden Holloway had a really bad game. He was a very focused on player as he transferred from the Cardinal sin in the Iron Bowl is leaving Auburn to go to Alabama or vice versa. So for him to be a 5-star rated point guard coming in, leaves Auburn after year 1, ends up at Bama. It's going to be a rough time for him in Auburn, but I think he's going to be the catalyst for this game because when Mark Sears gets hot, you know what happens. But when Aiden Holloway gets hot and you got LeBaron, when you have those 3 on, I don't think there's a team in the country that could beat them because they could beat you from so far out. So I think Aiden Holloway is going to be the X factor in that game, and I'm curious to see how he performs back in Auburn for the first time.
Shout out to my dog Ben Obamanu, former Auburn Tiger, on the football field. Ben ended up going to Alabama to get his law degree. So from Auburn to Alabama. Also, dudes, I wanted to ask you about the big man, the big lefty, Janai Broome, 19 points, 14 rebounds in the game. Can he continue that dominance at home versus the Crimson Tide once again?
Yeah, I mean, ain't nobody stopped him all year but an injury. I mean, I think Janai probably about 22, 23 years old. He's got a grown man game. He comes back every year, and he's just another product of NIL because in previous years, he would have had to leave early, whether he had a second-round grade or not, because you got to go get that bag. Well, now he's probably going to make more. He probably made more money this year than he's going to make any of the years on his rookie deal. And you can see see it come to fruition as he's balling. The Naismith Player of the Year. What would you think a Player of the Year is worth when you talk about financial ramifications as far as the collective goes? And everybody knows Auburn's collective is not stingy. So I think that's another product Auburn's team in another way where we always talk about the parity in basketball, how the SEC has taken that next jump because you're able to get more transfers to shun the traditional blue bloods of the Kansases and the Dukes and all of that and come to a SEC school. Well, another unintended, I guess, effect of the NIL is, and it probably wasn't intended, was to keep guys who would usually go to the NBA combine and just go. You're keeping them in school. And if you look at Auburn, that's a senior-laden team. They got a point guard, but there's a bunch of 22s and 23s on that team. So I think that's why they've been successful. And to answer your question more succinctly, I think Johni Broome continues to do what he's been doing all year. They like even when he had Alabama's big man one-on-one, he took him to prison. Like, I mean, we call it basketball. They say, bro, he got him in jail down there. Same thing, man. Call help. Yeah. What Auburn say? Yeah.
One more shout out to my former classmate, another one on Auburn's bench, Coach Robert Allen, doing this thing. I think he just joined Coach Pearl's squad this year or last year. So shout out to Coach Robert Allen.
Man, you got to come back and go through a game, Chico.
Man, one day. One day. I was that close on Auburn, dog. Shout out to Doc Robertson, Auburn great. Back when they had Damian Fishback. Remember Fishback? He used to shoot that thing. Chris Porter and them.
Yeah. What did he say when you shot at Chico?
That's like he used to shoot it. You know that.
No, what you say? What you say when you released that thing?
So you're gonna go all net, baby, way downtown. Bang it on him like a crip or a blood. That's how you shoot that thing.
Well, you go to false flags again.
False flagging, cuz.
Just a matter of time.
Ladies and gentlemen, I tell you who's not false flagging.
Who that?
That's my homegirl out there on the West Coast doing her thing. Juju Watkins. He's scared. Juju. Man, that girl cold-blooded, man. In the words of Rick James, I'm talking about for real. How good is Juju, Dukes? If you seen her game, like she did something no one else has done before. I think they said in college basketball, period, 38 points. I think she had 14 rebounds, 8 blocks, 7 assists. She was going crazy out there.
Yeah, she the best.
Freshman too now.
She the best, dog. It don't get no better than her. Now, Juju a sophomore, ain't it?
Yeah, she played last year.
Well, I thought she was a freshman. The way I saw her balling out that thing. But my bad, she a sophomore. That's right.
Yeah,
but she a killer. On the court.
1,000%. Like if there was anybody who could be a one and done in female basketball, it would have been her.
It was her.
She literally affects the game on 3 levels. When you talk about all 3 levels offensively, she can hit you in the perimeter. She still has a mid game, which is a lost art, and she finishes well. Plays tenacious defense on the perimeter, as well as going to be able to contest shots, whether it's in the paint or on the outside. So a great passer. You can run your offense through her, or she could be the person who you want to take the last shot every time. And she makes the right play. I think where it comes to Juju, I think her first straight, where she's going to really shine in the WNBA is when she starts to play with people, with more talented players who understand how she thinks. You're ever on the court and you hooping and you come down fast break and you might look away or you throw the bounce pass from half court or something and they're not ready for it. And then they come down and one of the guys on your team says, you got to know who you're throwing it to. I used to hate that because why I got to know who I'm throwing it to? That's a dime. And I think that's where Juju's game is going to go to the next level, whereas she's going to be able to literally give the ball, like she can distribute the ball more freely. And that's what really makes her game go. Is when she's
more
able
capable
to
player.
Yeah. When she's able to be creative and she knows that that play that she creates is going to be finished, she turns into a different player. So by her distributing the ball, all that does is create openness for herself. And then when she on the island, it's barbecue chicken. So yeah, just to talk about her game, I think Juju, she's 1,000% the best female college basketball player in the country.
And
man, I'm glad you added those final points on that, dudes. Because when I was pointing my finger at you and amening you, the one thing you were leaving off that they don't give her enough credit for, her being Juju, is how much better she makes the people around her. You know, Caitlin Clark does her damn thing and she gets those buckets, but I can't necessarily say when you're her teammate that your game expands because of her. You actually get better, become a better basketball player when you play with Juju and what she brings to the table. Because like you said, even though she may have to arrest or dumb down her game in moments, she don't have to do it all season long with people, all game long. Like she's a floor general out there and people know where to get and where to do and how to respond because of her leadership. And then when it doesn't work, she has the ability, you know, to, hey, inbound to me, I'm going to bring it up the floor and I'm going to take the shot or get it to the basket or mid-range. There's not a lacking part of her game. She's clearly the best player in female college basketball right now. And, you know, it's hard to compare generations to generations, but when you look at the kind of women who come out of college basketball, whether it was Reggie Miller's sister, I just always like to give Reggie all the time and refer to Cheryl as that, you know, stick it to Reggie. When you look at Cheryl Miller, what Swoops has done, like, man, she is right up there in that discussion as being able to do it all.
Yeah.
And she makes it look effortless too, man. Like she don't look like it's hard, like to get to the basket. She get to the basket, she had the same nonchalant look on her face as she did for a pull-up three. Like it looks easy.
Yeah.
Let me ask y'all this. So the greatest praise I heard for LeBron before I really got into knowing who LeBron was Danny Ainge said there weren't 5 players. Now, this is in 2002. LeBron is going into his senior year, and he said there are not 5 players I would take over LeBron in the NBA right now. Are there 5 players that you would take in the WNBA right now over Juju?
Not 5. I would still take Asia because, you know, height kills in basketball. But I don't have nobody else.
Yeah. You know, there's some good players, but I don't think anyone is doing what she's doing and filling up the stat sheet like she is.
So, no, not Caitlin Clark.
Nope.
I wouldn't take Caitlin. No. I'll take Juju for all of the reasons above on the board. I'll take Juju.
Me too. Wouldn't even blink about it. Like I said, only one I'm hesitating on is A'ja Wilson with Vegas. Like, you know, because her skill set and what she can do in the post and the rim still being 10 feet in the air. When you got a big that's dominant, she like Shaq. I got to go with that. But Caitlin Clark, no, I'm taking Juju.
Right. And like I said, there's a good player. Sabrina Walter said Angel Reese, Flau'jae, LSU Paige, the girl from UConn.
Taking Juju.
I'm taking Juju. Also, who's the other girl? I like Inesco. I like her a lot. She a baller. But I'm taking Juju. Because Juju's doing everything, dog. Like she's showing that defensive, just being that anchor on the defensive side. How many guards, guys on the perimeter, women or men, that you see getting 8 blocks like that? That's crazy.
Man. Okay, what about my girl played for the Sun last year? She was like second in defensive MVP too. Alyssa Thomas.
I like Alyssa. I'm taking Juju.
Ooh, right now?
Yep.
Yeah.
Brianna Stewart.
I'm taking Juju.
Ooh, really?
I like Brianna. I like Stewart.
You asked me, could I name 5? I can only name 1. I'm taking A'ja. That's it. Other than that, everybody else in the WNBA right now to me is second to Juju.
Y'all sleeping on Caitlin. They said Caitlin Clark, cold-blooded. And I like Caitlin.
Yeah,
she's gonna bring the fanfare. Now, if you're a
what Juju do,
right? I think so. I don't think so either. If you're a GM, Dukes, you're gonna take. Now you got to think about the fans coming and everything. Now you know Caitlin Clark is down there like.
If you put that in, you're gonna go Caitlin Clark.
You gonna go Caitlin? I think Juju has
about ticket sales and jerseys and asses and seats. You know, we still in America in the Great White Hope. The same thing with that dunk contest. That's gonna put asses in seats.
Yeah,
man.
I think basketball wise, you could still argue or go Juju. I wouldn't be mad at it.
What about
business wise?
What about Fifi? The Feast of Collier, Minnesota.
Juju.
Boy.
Like a good neighbor, Juju is there.
Then Juju on a damn State Farm commercial. Dog.
Man.
That's cold-blooded, man. I'm thinking Watkins. From what I've seen, I haven't seen anybody fluent like her.
You name me 5 that you would take ahead of her.
Man, Asia first and foremost. I think right now, what's called Brianna Stewart cold, bro. Like
Brianna cold.
Like Brianna Stewart really cold. Like she played D all like, you know. I like Jewel Lloyd, to be honest. Like
so you tell me people you like, but you ain't saying you would take them.
If I gotta win a game right now, I'll go Asia. I'll go Brianna. Definitely go Alyssa Thomas.
That's 3.
Me personally,
I can't argue with those though.
Me personally, I like Chelsea Gray, to be honest. Like, so I'd take Chelsea right now.
That's 4.
What's Chelsea averaging?
Give me one more.
Then I'll go Nafisa.
Fifi.
Well, right now.
You officially named 5 that you would take over as a job well done, even though I believe you're lying on 3 of them just to be like Chico.
Nah, man, like only reason is like I had to watch the WNBA for this program I was in, and I didn't realize what was out there. So it's like sometimes when you don't understand it, like Kayla, man, really and truly, like right now, of course you'll take Caitlin Clark, but like, so my thing was Caitlin Clark. And man, shout out to Mia Berry of Anscape, man. She literally sat me down. She did a lot of HBCU work. You probably know Mia too. She sat me down and was like, dude, you play basketball a little bit. I said, I did in my day. She said, I want you to watch these players and tell me that they wouldn't bust Caitlin's, you know what? And I'm like, and I watched. Alyssa Thomas really impressed me though. And I watched her with the Sun, and as far as what she does defensively, like it's just like we're talking about winning basketball. We ain't just talking about the flash. We ain't just talking about what can be done. You take any of those players and you put them back in college right now, they go crazy the same way. Now, I'll say this. As far as 10 years, 15 years down the line, thinking about ages and all of that, yeah, you got to go Juju because you're going to get more out of her. But I just think like skill level, but number 1 pick for sure. She's going to come in rookie of the year, and I'm going to be interested to see, does she take the league over to where does she play as well as Caitlin Clark did?
Let me ask you this, though. You said you named Chelsea Gray, right? Mm-hmm. From the Aces, correct? Mm-hmm. She's averaging 8.6 points a game, 3 rebounds, 5 assists, and 1 steal. Good player, good team player. I would look at that as being a role player. I think Juju is going to be a superstar. You're going to take Chelsea Gray over Juju, who's right now averaging 24, and I think that's going to translate to the WNBA to what? Let's just say 16.
Only reason I said that is because if you look at that team, she did what that team needed. Juju on that team that she played on with Kelsey Plum, with everybody, Asia Wilson, everything they had on the Aces, you got to think. I know you don't watch the Aces, Chico. I know you ain't seen her hoop.
I have. I like her.
Hold on.
Come on now.
Hold on. I'm gonna tell you why though. I'm gonna tell you why. If you tell me this, and I'm gonna say you right. You down?
If you want to quiz me on that, you can. Who knows? I might fail it. Who knows? But I'm talking about the question that was asked.
I just like about the question.
I'm just like the question that was asked.
So one thing about so what I'm saying is this: sometimes you can't read the box score to get the whole picture.
Okay,
that's all I'm saying.
The question was this: Chelsea's averaging this, Juju averaging this. Do you equate that to being?
How many points did Juju average? Right, apples to apples. How many did she average in the NBA in the WNBA last year?
That's what I'm saying. I said if you take what she's averaging right now in college, which is 24 points, 7 rebounds, 4 assists. Okay, let's just say you translate that to the WNBA, and that drops down to 16 points. Right. Mm-hmm. If you put Juju and her skill set on the Aces in the role that Chelsea Gray playing. I'm not trying to downgrade her. I'm just asking to get clarification from your end.
Well, I'm telling you.
You don't think that
cannot,
Juju will flourish in that role just as much as Chelsea is doing?
I'm telling you, you're looking at just this year. What did she average the year before?
I will have to look that up. I know she cold-blooded. I know she cold-blooded. I know she got the skill set. I know she's going at the fit in. So that's why I asked you the question.
So what? And I'm answering the question, Chico.
Yeah.
And I'm also giving you some advice.
In the role player,
you cannot call her a role player because you looked at you looked at the box score, and you said role player, and you haven't seen them hoop. And if you knew, and if you watched them hoop, and you followed them as they went back to back, you would know that she's not a role player. So I'm saving you because let's say,
in my opinion, that's a role player. Those numbers say role players. Now, watching them play and seeing what she does on the team, if she is not, if you're not the top scorer on the team, right? Let's say if you're looking at the Lakers, you can look at any team right now. You got star players, and the rest of them are going to be role players. Even if they were star players from the former team that they came from, they're going to come to this team and fit in and play their role. Defense, hustle, do dirty work, hit timely shots when you need it. But being the main guy, the main person on that team, she wasn't that, in my opinion. And I feel like if you put Juju in that role, Juju will still average double digits in points. That's what I feel. She would be one of those star players on that team. She would be like Kobe to A'ja Wilson, Shaq, in my opinion.
You think she wasn't no star player? She got to be if you know.
No. I'm saying Juju, I feel like, in my opinion, would step into that role and still be Juju.
You asked me a question.
Not be that.
Oh, hold on. You asked me a question.
But you turned around and asked me a question.
You asked me a question.
So answer the question then. You asked me a question also. Chico, do you watch the game? You don't watch the game.
You don't. I ain't had to, like that was rhetorical.
No, that's
you don't even watch it.
Yes, I do. I watch him.
Okay, so for you to call, so if you knew that, then you would know that was
just
one.
That's what I feel. Draymond called the game a 0. We don't feel like the game was a 0. That's his feeling.
What I'm telling you is, so you're saying based on box. I just want to make sure I'm clear. Based on box scores, right?
Is the reason why I asked you that question.
I'm at Chico. Can I finish?
Yeah.
Okay. Based on box scores alone from this year, not career, not anything else. You said last year that that Juju would have performed better than Chelsea Gray in that same role, same amount of minutes, the same games.
Actually, I asked you the question, but you asking me, I feel like yes. I feel like Juju skill set, the type of player she is, and is not taking anything away from Chelsea Gray. I just feel like Juju's mid game, her offensive ability would be more of a threat than Chelsea Gray's offensive ability on that squad, in my opinion. Who great 2 guard and small forward, right? On that squad.
Man, she really the facilitator. So so when the point.
She's the facilitator, but she's averaging what, 5 assists. I think Juju can average 5 assists too and average 15 to 16 points.
Hey man, listen.
That's all I'm saying. I asked you the question.
When you look at everything that she's done, bro, if Chelsea Gray, so do you not think she's a top 10 player in the WNBA?
I think she top 10.
Just
based off skill set and her balling, defensive and everything.
Do you realize that's the only time she averaged last year? Being hurt was the only time that she averaged points like that.
Listen,
she was average. So look. Let me school you. Okay, cool. So you said that translating that game. Hold on. So you said that her game, the Juju's game, being translated would translate to about 16 points in the WNBA, right?
Yes.
Okay, and that would make her not a role player, right?
And listen,
I asked you a question.
Basically,
right.
If she goes to a team, I think Juju will be the main scorer on the team, and I think 16 would be her minimum.
So you think she's gonna score more than A'ja Wilson?
If she was on A'ja's team?
That's what you're saying?
Or just period? If she was on A'ja's team, no, I think she would be the Kobe to A'ja's Shaq.
Okay.
A'ja would be the main player.
Okay, go. So do me a favor and do us a favor. I want you to that same place you just got them stats from real quick. Go look at career averages and her year over year, and you will see that same 16 points that you're looking for that's going to qualify her as not a role player, she's already done.
Bro, so that's what I'm saying. That's why I said earlier, it doesn't matter what you did previously. If you come into a situation like this where she is playing her role, she doesn't have to be that 16 points per game. Listen, she doesn't have to be that 16 points per game player. She can fit in and win on the team.
I don't know.
I can look it up.
Look it up.
I can look it up. Let me see. How many games did Chelsea Gray play this year? What point are you trying to make?
I was going to step in and tell you the point he's trying to make, but I'm so much enjoying somebody else going back and forth with your ass other than me that I ain't going to chime in on the damn thing.
So this all came from me asking the question, which was simply, hey, Dukes, you said that you'll take Chelsea Gray over Juju. I said Chelsea is averaging 8.6 points according to ESPN. Juju is averaging 24. Do you think? And I said, why do you think Chelsea Gray? Why are you taking her over Juju?
And I gave you reason.
Saying. That's what I was saying. That's all it was.
First of all,
you appreciate the reason. That's it. But then you came back and asked me a question, which I answered. I feel.
I know. And all I'm doing is what I'm trying to do is like sometimes. All right, cool. Like this is deep water. And Chico,
what's deep water? WNBA.
For sure, because it's not easy to just go swim through that because you got to sit down and you got to look to understand it. And so if you think that you're going to understand the WNBA from a box score and understand the players, and you're talking about a top 5 player on who was just a back-to-back defending champions, right? Then you hear me out. You can't throw a blanket statement out about a player who's well respected and a lot of circles as a top 5 player.
It was a question.
I'm telling you, Chico.
Because of the numbers, I'm asking the question. That's all it was.
And what? Cuz, listen to me.
I'm listening to you.
I love you.
As a matter of fact, I'm listening to understand, not to disagree.
There we go. Understand this. When you looking at though, there's so much more to the numbers, right?
Okay.
And you brought the numbers. That's a butter knife. I watched the games. That's an AK. I was gonna wear you out, however it went. So that's at that point in time. I'm trying to tell you, like Chico, you cannot relegate yourself to being a box score warrior and go right and down that hill when there was nothing that you could do to win that argument on the top 5 player in the WNBA. When you brought stats to the battle in order to back yourself up, you should have left it at opinion. And then you could have said, I just like her game better. And then we would have been cool.
So you're saying you done cooking? As they will say in the chat, you done cooking with the AK? As I was saying, the question was, because we said, name 5 players. She was one of your players. Me being familiar with her, I looked at her stats. Me knowing her game. Me know how tough she is. I just asked, would she fit in there, and how would she fit in, and why do you think, based off of these stats? I didn't say based off anything else, but you came in and said, I watch her game. I like her game better than Juju. Here's why. From the past, she's averaged this. What Juju might come into the league and average, but she piped down to join this championship squad, and that's simple as that. We appreciate you for your great, vast knowledge of the WNBA ball game and everything else out there.
Well, don't be condescending.
I'm not being condescending. I'm being dead serious.
Chico,
why I gotta be condescending because I'm saying it? You see what I'm saying?
Hold on, Chico. I say it quiet. I say it quiet. Dukes, I say it quiet. First, let me say this. Let me give a shout out to Reef.
Let me see.
Big Reef in the chat. Because
Dukes fried Chico like bologna.
Dukes is fried Chico like the bologna when you got the little pop up in the middle. And then you put the little slices on the edge, make that bubble go down. Reef, I'm with you.
That was
Dukes, I just want you to understand, because there's a couple times, Dukes, you and I, we'll hop on Friday morning, and me and Chico has just done a Thursday night show, and you can feel a little tension in the air. Now you know. Now you know.
Why?
Now you know what it's like.
Oh, from a question.
Hold on, Chico.
Difference of opinion. That's crazy,
Chico,
dog. That's crazy. But that's what we're here for, Coach. That's what we're here for.
Hold on, Chico. I ain't said nothing about no difference of opinion. I love the debate. I love both of y'all's points. But here's where the challenge comes when you debate Chico. As he starts to erode, he gonna say he was just asking the question.
That's all it was, though. Come on, man.
He actually took a position, and then here's what makes it just triple worse.
I had to take a position.
Chico, dog. It's just like
ahead.
Duke said, can I talk?
Let me put you up here.
just like Duke said, can I talk? He gets to the end, and because he the producer, got all the sounds and all that kind of stuff, he gets to the end, and right when he finna move on to another subject, he give you a condescending ass compliment and say he didn't do it that way.
Come on now, dog.
We appreciate your little insight and your little opinion.
See what I'm saying?
Yeah, Mr. I watched the WNBA. Great job, dude.
I do watch WNBA.
No,
I'm not gonna sit there and watch every game. No, I didn't.
Chico, let me tell you this.
I'm familiar with the
question.
Though. That's why I just question.
I ain't trying to rehash that whole conversation. I think y'all did a wonderful job on the morning run. Nobody, even the WNBA deep dive like y'all just deep dive, they need to get on board with y'all. Let me tell you this. When you look at box scores, this is what Deuce is trying to say. You got to understand, like, for the year, how many games somebody played, how many shot attempts they have, et cetera. It's got to be apples to apples. Do I expect Juju to come to the league and average more than 8 points a game? Absolutely, I do. But that doesn't mean a person averaging 8 points is a role player. You have to look at the circumstances of the number, and I think that's what he was trying to explain to you, but you were so hell-bent on being condescending like you always do.
No. Listen. I think y'all are caught up on me saying role player, right? And role player is not downgrading what she can do on the court. And I think that's what y'all are trying to hold on me because I said role player. I'm saying role player in the sense of a part of a good team. If
I didn't take it as a negative. I didn't take it as a negative.
I feel like y'all was taking it as a negative and saying, like, you know, she's in the
specific example y'all discussed the Aces. That's Asia team. She gonna get the most touches.
That's all I'm saying. And I'm saying if you put Juju there, would she be more of a Kobe role to the
and before we get Kobe and Shaq role, all that I'm gonna use the real names. Here's why I think a Juju is better in that situation than a Chelsea. And Chico, let me say this in fairness to Dukes. Both players are completely healthy. Both players are at their best.
Yes.
I think Juju, much like a Shedeur Sanders, does things at such a higher completion rate or making the shot rate that if I'm only limited to 10 touches because I'm playing with this big, I do more with my 10 touches. And it may just be I'm 7 of 10 and the other person is 6 of 10. But I do more with my touches than other people do with theirs. And so I'm not taking away from the big. I'm just doing more with mine when I get it. It's the same thing like Shedeur. There's a lot of good quarterbacks out there, such as like Cam Ward. Shadeur's the only one passing above 70% completion. And the name of the game is completions. So right. I'm gonna look at what Juju does with her attempts and the limited number of attempts she's gonna get because she's playing with an Asia. So I think both of y'all are spot on. But what I really enjoy is somebody else getting frustrated as hell. Dukes, shout out to you.
I must be doing something right then. If you're getting frustrated with my questioning for some reason, either I'm doing something terribly wrong or I'm doing it very well. One or the other. I might be doing this little thing very well, huh? If I'm evoking all that emotion.
Kenlon Jones says Juju would definitely draw a double team and free up Asia to dominate more.
Come on now, dog.
Then when that double team goes to her, Asia assist numbers gonna go up because when she passes Juju, she's gonna make a high percentage of the shot.
Y'all just like this. Y'all just like to see, you know, what looks like Chico getting cooked out there. You feel what I'm saying? It's all good. But my cousin, I tell you what, my cousin makes a great point. I'm not arguing against what he's saying either. You feel me? Cuz always makes a great point, but I really just wanted to.
Why had to be a great little point?
A great little point. Oh, I'm just messing with you on that. I'm just using
Yeah, we
your
heard
slang
your
on
little
that.
point. You know, you watch the
We heard
little
your little
games, you know,
Man.
and then you gonna try to
That's
say
all.
that ain't condescending.
Man.
All right, come on, man. No, but on everything though,
That's on
we
everything.
appreciate you, Dukes,
Nah,
on that
for sure.
one. On that one, and I just think Juju is gonna be like a Kobe Bryant in this league, dog, and it's gonna be something special to see. That's what I believe.
I go for that.
On the eye test.
Let me
Now,
tell
Unc,
you,
you and your attention, Unc. Go ahead.
let me tell you this, Dukes. You have to understand, Dukes. I'm trying to tell you this, Dukes. I'm trying to pour into you, my brother. I got just a few short years on you. I'm trying to keep you from getting as gray as I got, as fast as I got there. I see your gray coming in, but I'm trying to slow it down. Here's what you got to understand about life, Dukes. And this applies to Chico now and your frustrations with him. Dead people don't know they dead. Dumb people don't know they dumb. Chico don't know he Chico. What do you mean, Neely? Dead people only impact the living. Dumb people only impact smart folks. And Chico only impact us. Chico don't know he knocking over shit when he walking the road. He is totally unaware. He just broke that vase. He just knocked over the coffee table. He just walking. And we like, hey, Chico, watch out. He's like, oh, what? And every time he turned, he knocked something else over. And he said he just asked the questions. No, mofo, you're tearing up the damn roof is what you're doing. But he don't know it. So that's why I just like, what I do with
Can I just use that same analogy when talking about you last week, Uncle Neely?
I just push everything against the wall and then Chico run around the room because he gonna tear some shit up when he walk about. But he don't even feel it when he do it.
Here's the crazy thing. That's what my grandma used to say about me right there. My grandma used to say that, damn, this boy tears up everything. Out here in Hawaii, they say he parts Samoan.
Now, I ain't never met your grandma. We know the same conclusion.
Man, chill out, man. God dang. Chat talking about barbecue Chico with the burnt ends. That's Reverend BJ talking too. Reverend BJ.
Burnt ends is good.
Nah, man, you know, honest to goodness, man, it was just one of those things where it's like, all right, look now, I get it, I understand, but you can't relegate, you know, Finals MVP, all WNBA. Like she really like, and she doesn't. And this was the point, and I say why I did speak the way I did speak was because when Caitlin Clark got all of that, you know, people thought at first I thought they were just hating on Caitlin Clark, right? But they really had a bone to pick because it was like, bro, we really out here giving folks work and nobody knows our names.
Yeah.
And that's not, and so it's two-pronged because that's not the fan fault because I didn't know. I only knew Caitlin Clark. I literally got a crash course in all of this last year. So, of course, you know how it is when somebody go learn something new. They can't wait. I've been waiting on this moment. But outside of that, but I will say to your point, though, Chico, it ain't real. I mean, bro, like, that's like me going to watch baseball. Like, I don't watch baseball like I used to, right? So I can go look at the box score and say, well, this guy's hitting 220. Like, that's horrible. But in our day, right, 220 was horrible. But now in the day of sabermetrics and analytics, you'll take when three true outcomes is how they manage, is how they evaluate baseball players. Now 220 ain't looked at so crazy. If you go back and look, and I don't mean to pivot too far, but if you go look at how many baseball players it was hitting above 300 in the year 2000 versus how many hit above 300 last year, the number is totally different. And so my whole thing was opinions based on box scores have to come with context. That was the overarching, I guess.
The context was she's playing with players that average more. The context was I said role player with the aces. And what if I said this? You say you just got a crash course this past year. What if I said this? I've been watching WNBA.
You'd be telling a story.
Dukes. Let me tell you what I learned, brother. Let me tell you what I learned. When you get
leave
to
it at that, man.
That 20-minute mark in the debate with Chico, he gonna get the last word. Just let him have it. Say okay, because he gonna get the last word.
No, that ain't no lie though. I've been watching WNBA. That ain't no lie. Before Caitlin Clark, before Angel.
Hey, Chico Dukes. I tell you what I'm gonna do.
That don't mean I know more than Dukes. You feel me? That's like saying I've been taking algebra longer than Dukes, but he coming out, he actually take it serious, and he learned more than me. I can't sit here and say, "Well, I've been learning it more than you." You feel me? I'm going to say, "Okay, you know, you okay." I'm sure
one thing we know about you and algebra got letters in it, so we know you ain't learned that because they be having A, B squared in it, so we know letters. Anyway, Chico, I appreciate that sound, man. Chico, let me do your job. Let me do your job for a second.
You here with me?
And we had another segment we got to discuss, so let's do it like this. UConn goes to South Carolina, Dawn Staley's crib, and it was straight belt to ass. That's giving South Carolina 3 losses on the year, first home loss in 70-plus games. Do we have something to be concerned about with the Gamecocks win another championship?
Is Neely not a point guard since he took over and made that pass to keep facilitating, keep us going right now? See, was that a role player type situation, or was that?
Yeah, I had to step up.
I'm just messing with y'all, man. Come on.
No, I had to step up. I saw a job that needed doing because the man that's supposed to do the job wasn't doing it, so I had to step up.
And I think Juju will be cold-blooded in that role right there. But I'm just playing.
Come on, dog. South Carolina time, man.
Yeah, South Carolina for real though. South Carolina, that's 71 game win streak at the crib. Dawn Staley, of course, my homegirl in them. What's the deal with them Dukes? Are they in trouble?
Yeah, I mean, when you get a team that comes out and shoots it the way UConn did, you can't afford to go 3 for 17 from beyond the arc. And if you notice, a lot of the times in South Carolina's run, their arch nemesis has been they can't shoot the ball from distance. Usually they've been more of a blue collar team. They always gonna have like those big 6'8", 6'7", 6'6", and they got in trouble when teams were able to outshoot them. So that's another. When you saw UConn, particularly this year, had only been shooting like 26% against ranked teams, and they come out there and shoot 50% against South Carolina. It was a recipe for disaster. Once they got up like 14, 15, it was over. Fudd had 28. I mean, they literally beat South Carolina in a way that you have to beat them. So I think that does that say that South Carolina can't win another championship? No, it don't say that, because if South Carolina is shooting at a better clip and, a team isn't having, that's the best shooting night UConn damn near had all year, especially had against a ranked program. So when you talk about all of the factors that had to happen for that result to happen. So I'm not sure if you play that game 10 times that UConn wins 8-7 times to say, oh, South Carolina's completely out of it. I think it'll be competitive next time. I actually think they're gonna see each other again in the tournament.
Uncle Neely?
Yeah, I like all that. I was just waiting on you to call my name, dog, because I didn't know if you were going to mention Juju again or something, because you can't leave him alone. Yeah, I like all that, Dukes. I haven't hit the panic button, but I will acknowledge this. Texas ain't BSing, UConn ain't BSing, LSU ain't BSing. There's a number of teams, female teams in college basketball that can beat South Carolina or give them trouble. I think what I saw the other day in that UConn game was more of Dawn Staley being a coach and letting her team struggle and go through this. She could have decreed, you talk about 3 of 17, she could have decreed, hey, timeout, her luck. Don't shoot a damn 3 the rest of the game.
Mm-hmm.
But she let them, all right, I've been trying to tell y'all, stop riding high and acting like can't nobody beat us. And they went through those growing pains and took that loss. And I don't want to say, when I say a meaningless loss, here's what I mean. And when I say meaningless loss, when you were playing that level of college basketball, it's all about winning the national championship. And so you got to get any flaws in your system, any lack of confidence in your system, you got to get that out before one and done starts. Mm-hmm. So in a one and done scenario, this loss cost them nothing but some mystical home game winning streak. But the growth that they're going to have from it going through the tournament and knowing that, hey, we can't just keep firing up threes. We got to get back on defense. We can't have stupid fouls. These folks is almost like what the Philadelphia Eagles I'm forecasting are going to experience next year. Now everybody want to beat you. Everybody bring their best at you. You're now the measuring stick. You're just not somebody else on the schedule they're playing. They want to have great games against you, and they want to take you out. Everybody does that. And so when you look at all this game film you got, you look at how Dawn is able to rotate, there are really no more surprises out there. And I'm with you now. At the percentage rate that UConn made baskets, that's probably not going to happen night in and night out. That's probably 2 games out of the month that you're going to be on a hot streak like that. But I think it's a growth period, a learning lesson for South Carolina. I'm not hitting the panic button, but I will tell you this. You sleep on Texas, sleep on UConn, sleep on LSU, you want to.
Yeah. And it's somebody, Dr. Bear no ball. He said Notre Dame been on the tip.
You want to.
I think they if they should be number 1.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. So I'm still if this was a stock, I'm not selling Dawn Staley or her team when I say that. I'm still buying. I think that they can win it and win it all this year. But I don't see them doing to anybody what UConn did to them. Like, they're not going to blow folks out. Yeah. But she has demonstrated she knows how to come back from 10 down, 8 down, and still win games. So I'm still with Dawn.
Agreed.
Chico, you want to mention Juju again? Just like for no reason.
If Juju was on South Carolina, if Juju played with Dawn, I ain't gonna say nothing. Y'all just keep watching Juju. I'm a big believer, in her.
Can I give a shout out to Renee Rainey? Renee Rainey with the $9.99 super chat. It's also
you can
a little production note. We got to celebrate her super chat because that's her 10th one during a live. Shout out to Renee with the $9.99, letting us know what time it is, her neck of woods. Hey, Renee, like we always say about the morning run, it might not be morning where you watch it, but it's morning somewhere.
You ain't lying. Shout out to Renee Rainey up in this Cincinnati. Miss Jobs, Sabrina, Junior Boxing. What is that? Yale? How you pronounce that?
Was that a purse or a lock?
What you looking at, dog?
Her legs. I'm trying to see what that was. Is that a lock?
Oh, hammers.
I didn't put it there. That's her picture.
Anyways, where we end up next? What's the last topic? What's the last subject?
Well, the last subject, we're there now. And we're 3 minutes early on it. We've been on hour 15. That means it's time for either false flag or your bronze story.
Oh, damn.
Because we hit our checklist.
Where I was going with the LeBron story. LeBron, first of all, looked like a dinosaur if you ever met him before in real life. But let me see. Just a story about meeting LeBron, a chance meeting with LeBron James. Let's take you back a few years ago. I was doing videos once again, music videos for Dukes, to clarify. And I was on tour with this rapper, right? I'm not going to call his name right now, but shout out to my dog. We ended up in New York. So we go to this place called the Greenhouse Club in New York. If anybody knows about it, it's a popular place. I think this is where all the big names go. And it was apparent because these guys walked in. So we go in this club, we get out of the Sprinter van, we walk in and stuff. Me, myself, I'm not really a big club guy unless I'm throwing a party. You feel me? Dukes, you might understand that, Also, I'm not a drinker for real, so I'm not going to buy no bottles or nothing, or I'm not trying to stunt. So we go in the club, we just stand in a random section by a table, look at the menu on the table. These things say everything start at $400. We're like, ooh, look at each other. You gonna buy something? No, dog, I ain't drinking. You gonna buy? No. Well, by the time we made that decision, waitress came over and told us, hey, y'all gotta leave. Y'all gotta get out of this section unless you're gonna buy a bottle. So at this point, I'm like, man, I don't even want to be in here. You got some famous rappers over here. You got DJ, famous DJ on the mic. I'm about to walk outside. I'd rather just go try to parking lot pimp or something if I'm going to do anything. So I'm walking outside, and as soon as I get to the door, before you get to the main door, this dude looked like a Steve Urkel character came and said, "Oh my gosh," like right in front of me as I'm walking out. He said, "Oh my gosh, the world champions are in the building." I said, what? Now, Miami Heat had just won the NBA championship the year before. They were in New York to play the Knicks. So I'm like, what? the world champions are in the building. And he sprinted past me. Like that is motherfucker crazy. So I walk out, I see a line of tall dudes. First person I recognize, Mario Chalmers. Then D Wade. Then such and such. Then Haslam. Then I see that's LeBron James. Shake their hand, shake Chalmers. Y'all gonna laugh. Shake Chalmers' hand, shake Wade's hand, shake LeBron's hand. His hand came all the way up here. You feel me? I swear his fingers touched my forearm. So after I dapped LeBron up, what do y'all think I did? You think I walked outside? You think I turned around and act like I was a part of the Heat?
Oh, you definitely went back in with them act like you was part of the Heat.
I said, I turned around right behind Big Haslam, got on my tiptoes and walked right back up in that thing, baby. I'm with the Miami Heat for about a good 10 minutes. You feel me? Party with them in VIP, Dwayne Wade and them. When I felt everybody looking at me like, what the hell going on? Who is this guy? I politely exited myself and got up out of that thing. But long story short, your boy met LeBron James, Miami Heat right after they won the championship and got me a couple party moments in there with them in New York City. So that's my story of meeting LeBron James.
And right at the hour 15 mark.
Lord.
Perfect time.
I close it out? Okay, great. We appreciate y'all checking in.
Too much.
Huh?
Without really hurting yourself. Like normally
Without hurting myself.
Yeah, normally your story is, do you in, but you didn't do anything wrong with that story.
I kept some self-respect, some dignity.
Yeah. I'm gonna leave false flagging story for what's this Monday for Wednesday.
False flagging might be a little bit different, but we'll get into that later on. For your favorite uncle, the badass Uncle Neely, or should I say everybody's uncle? Duke's your favorite cousin. I'm your first cousin that you stuck with because my mama and your mama sisters, or my dad and your dad. You know what I'm saying? Y'all know.
See that? I'm glad you clarified that. I know you about to do your thing, wrap us up, but
it's all good, baby.
See, let me tell you what Duke's is to the chat out there.
Unc got to step on what I just said. Watch this.
No, I got to add some emphasis to it because you tried, but you ain't sell it right. So let me sell it.
Okay.
Dukes is really your play cousin. Let me tell you why play cousin is important. You chose your play cousin. This is who you want to be related to. Chico, your first cousin, and y'all really don't mess with them too tight anyway, but because he your mama's sister's son, he got to go with you.
Yeah. She said, y'all take him with y'all.
Yeah, then you like, damn. But like, you introduce Dukes as your cousin, even though y'all ain't got no blood relation.
This is my cousin.
Because y'all grew up together. And
yeah.
Really what you see is the first cousin.
Yeah.
Chico is that first cousin. Like, man, you lucky your mama said you had to come.
he over here just in case we need to move some extra stuff. You know what I mean? He got a few muscles, so he help us move. He got the basketball.
So I just want to set that it's difference in cousins.
Is a difference, and that's why I said your favorite cousin, Philip Dukes, your first cousin, the biggest dog Chico to the sea, and everybody uncle, Uncle Damn Neely. And until next time, this has been a morning run. Dukes, let them know where they can find you at before we get up out of here. Just in case they don't know.
Instagram and Twitter at Dukes D Scoop, and on YouTube at Dukes D Scoop. And we probably do some Monday Night Live tonight on Dukes D Scoop channel. Probably see Uncle Neely or Chico, maybe both. Just so, but tap in tonight around 9 Eastern.
I might fall through, dog. I might fall through on this Monday evening.
Man, so I appreciate it, man.
I'll come through if I'm welcome. You know what I mean? A lot of times I just show up to the party, get me a plate, and then
hey man, man, you
kick me up out of that
thing. Hey man, like, dude, hey, so the other night, man, I had came off my drinking fast, so I got my Tito's. Man, Chico came on there. He in the car. I'm like, where you finna go? I'm finna go get some sushi. So first thing I'm thinking about the group chat. I'm like, but then I said, you know what?
Oh,
yeah. So I said, you know what, man? Let me ease up on them, off of them. But then I told him, like, pause. Then I told him, hey, Chico, you can come on back home, man. Come on back over to stateside, man. I mean, literally, I was like, Chico, come on back, man. We missed you over here, dog. Chico said, I ain't going.
No, if you had 2 plates with lids on them, and you said, Chico, I'm gonna remove these lids, and you get to eat one, and one is sushi and the other collard greens. Chico in sushi mode now, baby.
Yeah, it's up. It's up,
Yeah.
man.
No, hold down. If the collard green got some cornbread with it, with some Louisiana hot sauce,
See, the
what?
sushi didn't have to have standards and requirements. The collard greens got to have prerequisites.
Yeah. He didn't say I gotta have my wasabi and I gotta have the ginger and all that. No, he said,
I
hey,
almost got out of here without it. But God dang.
Yeah. That's sushi.
Almost got out of here.
Pretty Tony met him in Hawaii to go eat with him, and he said, man, who this Joker? I said, that's my guy, Big Dog. He said, yeah, but I ain't know he gonna be in flip flops and had his own chopsticks. We all eating with forks. He done pulled chopsticks out his pocket.
No, he didn't. Damn.
He said, we all got shoes and forks. He out here with flip flops, sitting cross legged, and had his own chopsticks.
Well, well, Dukes, what did you say though, Dukes? What did you say at the end before we got off, or after we got off? You said Chico what?
I get it.
You remember you said Chico, man.
I don't remember a lot from that night. Go ahead.
Okay, my bad. You said Chico happy, man. Chico happy.
Boom, Chico happy. You can't make hey. Yeah, I mean, hey, Chico happy. I left it alone.
Thea said Chico Dukes is Chico God brother. Hey, Duke,
oh man.
Duke said, "Can I go to the store?" They said, "You got to take Chico with." Damn,
I'm coming. Here I come. Hey, here I come.
Yeah, you know what? But see, look, I would have took Chico with me, man. Cause Chico really funny. Like, you don't. Chico's so funny, dog. Like you just don't know what you're gonna get into with Chico. That's one of them things you go for to tell the story.
Well,
me and Chico
you
went to the store.
You ain't gonna get no bull-ish. I'll tell you that much, Ocho. You ain't gonna get no bull-ish because of me, Ocho. I ain't stealing. I ain't taking nothing. I ain't trying to get no back in no police car. Oh man, I got a quick story real quick before we get up out of here. That's crazy.
Go ahead, Chico.
When I was a little kid, it's not a story, but it's just a point. When I was a little kid, I wandered away from. I was trying to follow my big cousin Mario to the store, and he got so far ahead of me that the police, by the time he went around the corner, the police just happened to show up. And they was like, what is this little boy doing out here in the middle of the street? So they done put me in the back of the police car as a little kid, about to take me to the damn police station. And my cousin finally came out of the store and like, hey, that's my little cousin. Let him out. Let him out. So literally, I got stories like that where I was trying to follow my big cousin, wasn't supposed to, and then got put in the back of a police car. Lord,
so you were trying to tell him without being seen. He looked back, you look back, scratching your neck.
At the police car got me, dog. But anyway, man, we appreciate y'all checking in once again. For everybody out there from around the world, no matter where you are, I'm out here in the middle of the ocean, the Pacific, that is. Unk is right there in the south, Jackson, Mississippi to be exact, all the way to the ATL. We coming to you live and direct, man. This is the morning run. Big Dog Chico, Philip Dukes, and Uncle Neely. Until next time, we're gonna be up and about this thing. Peace in the Middle East. Yeah.